I'm Barb. Welcome to my craft studio. Merry Vlogmas Day 15. I just filmed one over. Today it's going to be a really short one. I thought I would talk about Christmas dinners gone wrong. Wasn't long after we were first married, and we'd only been married a few years, I decided to have husband's entire family over. That was back when they all still got together for Christmas. As the cousins grew up and had families of their own, they kind of stopped getting together because, like my husband got married, we had his family to go to and my family, and it just got hard to do, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and go to all those families. And honestly, I kind of think you shortchange when you try to do both anyways. You don't really give either one your full attention, because the first one you kind of eat and run. The second one you're not really hungry and you're tired. And so, but we decided to have it at our house, and we discovered over the course of it, I borrowed my mother-in-law's roaster, I believe, and did the turkey in that, so we were okay on that. Thank goodness I didn't do it in the oven, because we discovered as I was cooking, I'm like, the potatoes the water is not coming to a boil. So the potatoes, I can't cook the potatoes because the water's not boiling, and so I can't get the potatoes mashed. And I'm like, the lights are on the stove, the power lights and all that. And my father-in-law's like, well, that's really weird. He says, well, let me go down and look at the power. And he comes back up. He goes, okay, I found the problem. He says, your stove is on a completely different fuse box than your other one. Everything else was upgraded to the type where that it has the tripper switch and all that safety. Goes, the stove is on the old twist-in fuse type. One of them's working, the other one's not, so therefore you have enough power to light up the lights, but not enough power to actually heat things up. And he's like, there's no place open to get you a fuse. And at first, my brother-in-law, who works for a company that does, he goes, well, I could probably get one, driving at work. And we're like, by the time you do that, everything else would be cold. So I'm like, I'll just try to do them in the microwave. To say that it was less than successful would be an understatement. I mean, and people were eating them, and I took one bite of them and said, okay, people, these potatoes are awful. Please, don't eat them to be kind. They taste awful. Nowadays, it would be a lot easier, because with my Instant Pot, I could that's how my daughter makes her mashed potatoes, is in the Instant Pot. But back then, we didn't have that. So that was kind of thankfully it was only the mashed potatoes. Like I said, I'm so grateful that I borrowed her roaster to do the turkey in, because otherwise I would have been going, why isn't the turkey doing anything? We probably would have had to move everything out to over to one of the other people's houses if that had been the case. But that's the story of my failed Christmas dinner, I guess. I shouldn't say failed, because everything else tasted fine. The turkey was fine, and the other stuff I made was fine. And everybody else brought a dish to pass. But, for me, one of the highlights of Christmas dinner is the mashed potatoes and gravy. And we did not have mashed potatoes. So that's kind of my story. We'll do a bonus entry again today. Have you had any failed Christmas dinners? If so, share the story. I think we've all had, if you don't have a Christmas dinner, or a holiday dinner failure, have you ever cooked anything that just didn't turn out the way it should have? I think we've all had those mishaps in the kitchen. Anyways, that's all I'm going to share today. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.